my daddy sat me on his knee. Said, now listen here, my boy, this is how it's gonna be. Gonna put you right through school, boy, if I got plans for you. He said, please don't make me pie. The only thing I wanna do is join a guitar band. A guitar band. I'm gonna be a star with my guitar and a guitar band. Guitar band, yeah, guitar band. I'm gonna turn it on, get it strong in a guitar band. My pa, he looked at me and said, who do you think you are? You gotta get some education, boy, else you won't get far. Daddy, I said, hey, bye, the jazz is alright for you, but please let me live my life and do the things I wanna do. Join a guitar band, guitar band. I'm gonna be a star with my guitar and a guitar band. Guitar band, baby, guitar band. I'm gonna turn it on, get it strong in a guitar band, bang, 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 bang. Guitar band, I'm gonna be a star with my guitar in a guitar band. Yeah, guitar band, oh, guitar band. I'm gonna turn it on, get it strong in a guitar band. Hey, guitar band, oh, guitar band. I'm gonna be a star with my guitar in a guitar band. Oh, guitar band, yeah, guitar band. We're gonna turn it on, get it strong in a guitar band, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Rocking with T-Rocks, he's the man, he'll show you what it means. From our mystic shores to outback sands. Rocks, he's your guide to our ancient land. He's your guide to our ancient land.
Hi, everybody. Chat up straight away. Look at that. Hi, Mum. Hi, Mum. Hi, Michael. Hi, Midori, up in Snokio. We'll look at that later. Hi, Brisbane86. Hi, Karen. Hi, Aaron. Hi, Ian. Yeah. My weekend, Ian, was great. I did very little. Very little. I went over and saw my mum. Hi, John. Went over and saw Mum. She's been a bit under the weather. Well, she's certainly back on top now. And we went and had some scones, which were absolutely shite. Bought them from Drake's. There you go, Drake's. Not a sponsor. Don't sell shit. I won't drop your name. And yeah, that's the way it is. Too lazy to cook scones. Actually, that's not true. I'm too lazy to clean up the mess after you cook scones. It happens. Sunday's a busy day here. I've got to wake up, do stuff, and go to bed. Busy all day, all taken up. So anyway, it's good to see you all. What do we got coming up tonight? Well, we're going to do the usual, the live cams and whatever. We're going to talk a little bit about the YouTuber meetup coming up in March, where there's a whole bunch of us getting together, and we're going to have a a beer, and we're going to have something to eat, and we're all going to be there for all of you guys who want to come and say good day. So we'll give you some details on that. If no one shows up, I just like, having a beer with, Rob and Steve and all the others. Cheryl, Cheryl comes a long way. She's down from Gympie. That's a long way, so it's good to see. Mum should be there. I hope so. It's only 2 weeks away, and as long as she's mobile enough. She hurt her hip a bit a while back. Somehow she hung up a painting and the wall fell out from under her. But she's getting better. She's not getting worse, that's for sure. She's getting better. So that's a good thing. Hey, Mum, take it easy. If you're nearly 90, take it easy. There's no time in your life to take it easy like now. Rightio, so what are we going to look at tonight? We're going to have a look at a little bit about the video I'm working on the Lacey's Creek Gold Rush. We're going to have a little bit of a look at the results of the KT Boundary video and some of the very interesting and very respectful comments I've had by even people that don't agree with me. And I like that. That's fantastic, which is good. And it's been a pretty good video, actually. Yeah, Ian, if you come along, mate, she'd love to meet you. Team Mum, as somebody called her last week. She's wearing that. I think we're going to have to get her a T-shirt with Team Mum on it. We'll get it going. I've got a few little projects I'm working on. A mate of mine has a laser, an engraving laser. And we're trying to engrave my logo with QR code into pebbles to give away as business cards. And the problem, of course you have problems. There's always a reason. And the reason is no two bloody pebbles are the same. And the laser doesn't like that. So we're probably going to switch to slate coasters. You can buy slate coasters to, put your drinks on. And they're made out of slate and they're quite uniform compared to pebbles. So there you go. I could just get a biro and write it on a light coloured pebble, but I think writing on a QR code's a bit of work. I'm not sure how I could do that. We'll get there. Anyway, that's a project we're working on. How's it going to everyone? Yeah, Michael, Midori, Robbie up there in Ipswich. G'day, mate. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Grafton's a bit of a run. I used to do Grafton in one day when I worked at, yeah, Aaron, I used to do Grafton and come back, and that was a long day, man. That was a long day. The problem is the laser wants the surface. You have to focus the laser, and that once the surface is in the same place, it not real keen on it being of a different material, which some stones are. But if it's not in exactly the same place, so you need to build, as you say, a pebble holder, and a little micro adjuster, so you don't have to adjust the laser, you adjust the pebble. That's a very good idea. I'll have a little bit of basaltic roller if you got any lying around, a chunk like that. Anytime. There's basaltic rhyolite up at the quarry that Steve and I went to, up at Antstead. Hey, Steve. Steve's probably watching this on playback tomorrow, so Antstead. Good to see you caught up with Paul, Steve. Great to see. Anyway, let's get on with the show. This is it. Brisbane Live. Sorry, Mum, chat's going away. Oh, I don't want it. Looking great, of course, as usual, looking wonderful. As I said, that camera's gone off a bit. It used to be way better than that. I suspect the guy's had his camera snotted because the whole thing went away for a while. But a little bit of light overcast there tonight. Brisbane looking absolutely lovely. I noticed our friend, I apologise, my friend, Jared Bellend, Bellet, that guy, was being interviewed during the week about them releasing housing, state land for housing, bloody, I don't care about that. That's good. And of course, the LNP government's not going to do affordable housing. They're going to sell it to property developers who'll build $1 million units, of course. And you expect that. But the thing that came out of it was the way to fix the housing crisis is supply. He had to say it 3 times. Cringe. Anyway, I've got a video coming up about him. He's annoyed me now. It shouldn't annoy YouTubers that have got all this equipment here and their brains are falling off their mouths. It's a bad plan. Anyway, we'll see. Brisbane Live looking great. Snokio Live. as it was this week. You don't get a lot of snow in Tokyo because the place is so warm. Because of all the heat, humans, they call it the land island effect. And it's caused by cities. And this is a city. Don't worry about that. But it did snow there this week, and it snowed there quite a bit in some places. Didn't hang around too long. Still around, I noticed today, on some of the live cams on the banks of some of the rivers and creeks and stuff. But she's gone from everywhere else. Oh, there's the little train. Oh, I love it when we get the little train. There you go. The little, Michael, I didn't find out what that thing's called. I'll Google it. Don't worry about it. I've got to ring you soon anyway. If you're watching, I've got to ring you again. We haven't talked for a while. So this Tokyo, looking good. The sky tree is looking lovely. Over in the background there. Wait, give me that thing. Oh, I tell you, Marty, one day. Sky tree in the background here. Very tall building. Too tall, actually. If you get up the top, it sounds good when you go, oh, this will be the tallest building in Japan. Oh, wonderful. You get up there and it's so bloody high. You can't see the ground. They just look like ants. Yeah, these people look like ants. Hey, they are ants. We haven't got up there yet, but it's too high. The distance in Tokyo, there's not much to see. It's not like there's beautiful mountains in the background. You'll see Fuji from there, unless it's covered in cloud, which it is quite a lot. So, yeah, you can see Fuji from the streets in Tokyo, if it's visible. So there we go. Tokyo, Snokyo, as we now call it. Abbey Road. Now, this looks cold again today. It was raining earlier. You can see the road's a little bit wet, and you can see there's a massive pile of tourists over there have turned up to do their little walk across to annoy the crap out of all the locals trying to use the road. I must look the name of that road up. I've been a bit slack. I'm sorry, I missed the chat. Looked away. Hi, Gordon. Hi, Esther. Hi, Rob. I missed anyone. Hi, Bonnie. Sorry, looked away. I think I said g'day, Aaron. Yeah, I did. Rightio. So, Abbey Road, looking great, as usual. A place I don't care how cold it is. I like St John's Wood. It's a nice part of London. Actually, most parts of London are nice. This is a town I'm really beginning to warm to, Paris. It's just looking, I don't know, it just looks good. I thought it'd be a grubby, it's not. Looks really clean. Weather looks a bit goopy there today, but that's life. At least there's no snow on the roof like there was last week. Sydney Live, Rob. Sydney Live. Oh, see that little flash? I got something to show you. So here it is tonight, looking absolutely stunning. With the building reflecting the Opera House. Has got some colours on the front of it tonight there, Rob. There must be some performance or show on there. And all of the lights on the bridge with the cars just looks stunning. It really does. But a little earlier, I always tell you, oh, you should have seen it earlier. Well, I remembered this time, Rob, to take a snapshot of it. Looked absolutely fantastic. This is when I got home from work and I was just setting all this stuff up. It's just beautiful. It really is. Little cruise ship down there. It looks like a small one, actually. It doesn't look too big. I see today Alaskan Cruises closed down after so many long time years. Yeah, not real. Hey, Dave. Hey, mate. I'm not really a big Tour de France guy. Yeah, maybe. I just can't help the feeling it's who's got the best drug doctors. Well, it was at one stage, we know that, but then who's got the best hide the motor in the bike guys? Don't know. Good on them. If they enjoy it, more power to them. Hakodate. Snowy. Oh, the little things coming up. Look at that. We just saw the little chairlift coming up. Great stuff. Or the ropeways, they call them in Tokyo. Took a while to work out what the hell they were talking about. Lopaway. What the hell are they talking about? Chairlift. Anyway, Hakodate looks lovely. I don't know if you ever saw The Last Samurai, the movie The Last Samurai. The fort that was set in real life is in Hakodate. And you can go there and walk around, and it's really nice. It's huge and unbelievable fortifications. Just amazing. Another one of my more favourite towns in Japan, Aomori. And as you can see, the old snow hasn't melted too much in Aomori. It's going to be snowy there for another few weeks for sure. People are out in it though. it's got to be pretty bad before the Japanese will not go out in it. They know what they're doing. It was terrible to see. They had some people lost their lives there due to snow, avalanches, and houses collapsing because it was snowing so hard on the west coast, which is not too far from Mamori. It's on the other side, and they just or Mori, sorry, they couldn't get the snow off the roofs in time, and it just built up and crushed the houses, which is pretty bad. Japanese houses are built fairly light because of the earthquake thing, but the snow thing's not so great. Earthquakes in Australia this week. Well, we've had some. Yeah, my daughter worked there, Nathan, for 6 months, up not too far from where that little girl got killed, actually, just in the next valley. And there's always some idiot killing. I'm not saying these people are idiots. I apologise for that, but there's always some idiot finding a new and interesting way to kill themselves on snow slopes somewhere. Usually a male, usually between 18 and 28. I could be over simplifying that, but I think that's about right. I remember going down to, it's near Yongabili, Mount something. Is it Mount Selwyn? Might be Mount Selwyn. All we took with us was a tractor tyre. 4 of us on a tractor tyre going down the ski slopes. You can't steer or stop a tractor tyre. We didn't realise that. We're from Queensland till we got going. And I was shit myself by the time we got to the bottom. And we'd hit someone. We cleaned them up. Anyway, we were asked to leave. Yeah, it's a very safe place. My daughter was 18 when she went there. Very brave girl. By herself. She didn't speak Japanese. She spoke some Japanese, but very, very little. When she came back, I'll tell you that. And she worked in a restaurant up at Harbour One. And serving people. She spoke English, so when people came in, spoke English. She'd go and serve them or whatever and come back and tell the Japanese what they wanted. But she learnt the difference between being a visitor in Japan and working in Japan. Culture's not what it appears from the outside. I'll say no more. But, after I heard what went on, I was ready to hand out a few knuckle sandwiches when I got up there, but I didn't go. It's their country. Sea temperatures. Yeah, she's a brave kid. She's now 32 and 6 months pregnant. 12 months pregnant. I don't know. When's it due? Let me look the date up. She gave me a rock. My daughter knows me well. She told me when her baby was due by writing it on a stone. See, she knows how to get my attention. It's due in June. So there you go. I did know that. Her mother was born in June, so what happens? Here we go. Yeah, Mount Selwyn's cool. Yongabili, that thermal pool is fantastic. It was anyway. Let me go back here. This was probably 1980 or 79 when we were hanging around there. Just over the hill is Lobbs Hole, which is Neil was telling me about, and it's where that TBM base has been dug into the side of the hill. Put a big grease nipple there to grease the TDM so they don't get stuck. So, sea temperatures. Well, this might become relevant soon. This area has warmed up slightly closer to the coast. This area is still warm, and all of it is still warm enough to sustain a cyclone. You might, one just cruised down Exmouth. If you looked at that KT boundary video, the Exmouth Peninsula, I said, this is where Mossy lives. That cyclone went right down the spine of Exmouth Peninsula, right over Learmonth. Andrew, if you're watching, right over Learmonth, straight through the middle. Straight through the middle. I don't know how much damage it did. The houses over there are built. This is a very cyclone place. They're built strong. So as long as you don't live crap around your yard that turns into a missile, probably not too bad. And the reason I say that is this is the mean sea level chart from today. And you can see ex-tropical cyclone Mitchell. This is going to put a shitload of rain through Western Australia, the Nullarbor and South Australia over the next few days. But just keep your eye on this little fella here. Because if she spins up, why wouldn't it? If she becomes a tropical low and then turns into a cyclone, and it's in that position, it's not a good spot for us. That's not a good spot for Rockhampton, actually, but we'll see. Always keep your eyes on them. Only because, it's like worrying about the tide coming in. It's going to happen. I saw a video today of the, Mum, I'll put the chat straight back up for you, okay? Hi, Grant. Good to see you, mate. Off the beach in front of the $20 million. Do they really? I'm trying to say that name. Can you guys pick aliases that I can pronounce, please? What the? Oh, sorry. Got it. Sorry. What the? Yeah, I would believe that. West Australia, a bit windy at times. It just comes from the other direction. So here an easterly wind is cool. Over there an easterly wind is hot. Really hot. For obvious reasons. Yeah, it's good they're getting some rain. And we're getting a little rain here now. I had some rain on the way home tonight. A little bit. Just a little bit. I noticed that big line of rain should be coming through here, but I get the feeling it might duck to the south. We'll see. We will see. By the way, Grant, I was talking to John, Gel Builder, today, and emailing. He's on holidays in New Zealand. Lucky boy. Hi, boy. So, yeah, I was talking about something there. It's getting old. I hate getting old. Anyway, we'll get back. No, it's gone. Into the ether, where my brain doesn't go anymore. Right. Mean sea level we've done. That means it's time for good carbs, bad carbs. Or bad carbs, good carbs. You can relabel them any way you like. But yeah, Japanese style shortbread cake, pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. If you've been to Japan, you've seen these things at 7-Eleven, you can buy them. They look better than they taste. I mean, they're a cake and they're nice, but yeah. Katie Boundary, Exmouth. That's what I was talking about. Thanks, what the? At least someone was paying attention. Yeah, that cyclone just went straight down that thing. And matter of fact, it went right over the bit I was talking about in that thing. And right over Moss's place. I don't know if any of you watch Youngbloods. I'm sure you have. Mossy's a cool cat with his dog Strider and his girlfriend, who I can never remember her name. It's just and he's right there. I mean, he lives at Exmouth, the town, just outside. And Air Force Base down there, Learmonth. I don't know if we've got any aircraft base there. It's more of a staging base. And up on the tip at Exmouth itself, there's the big, what used to be the Omega station, which is how we talk to our submarines. And how the Americans talk to their submarines used to be. Not sure how much it's in use now. It's a top secret base that's about 1 kilometre square, and you can see it from space. And the aerials are like huge. They used to have big log periodics that you could see them from miles away. Oh, it's top secret. Really? You stick it somewhere where no one can see it. It's there because they needed to put wires into the water to get the low-frequency submarine communications to work correctly. We had one in Victoria too, at Longford. There was one down there somewhere, as well. Yeah, that's a fairly interesting rack of carbies there. It really is. I think, are they Strombergs? Or are they just single barrel Hollies? I don't know. I should be able to read it. I think they're Strombergs. I think it says Stromberg on the side there. I can probably see more than you can. I'm looking at a 2K monitor. There we go. Good carbs, bad carbs. What are we going to talk about now? Well, in Toowong, just not far from where I live, there's a tunnel. It goes under Benson Street. And it just smells of vomit, urine, and it's full of garbage, mostly. And I've actually written emails to our local councillor. Here's a name called Penny Wolf. Cannot believe how hard I have to not say Penny Wong. Her name is Penny Wolf. She's an awesome operator. Don't get me wrong. She does a great job. Great communicator. Lots of interaction with the community. There's I think a Flick Robber thing. There's a 70th anniversary of the Walter Taylor Bridge coming up. They've got, rides and food carts and all that sort of stuff. I'm looking up there because that's where I see the chat when it's not on the thing. Let me just bring it down here. An idiot doing that. That's better. Sorry about that. Barrow Island in Western Australia. Hey, Bonnie. Oh, look, it could be. It could be. The problem we have is that, as I did mention in that thing, I didn't really harp on it, but if a lot of those sedimentary rocks, all of them, form underwater, that's how it works. Silt, sand, whether you want to form shale, you want to do sandstone, you want to do limestone, it's underwater. And if you're too far underwater when that Chicxulub event happened, that layer doesn't really form distinctively. Yes, it's there, and they can still measure the iridium, but it's a lot more diffuse in the rock. Whereas up in the Northern Hemisphere, it just came down like rain. It's everywhere. Crazy stuff. Rightio, what are we doing next? Well, let's have a look at this Benson Street tunnel. Full of urine, full of stuff. And Penny Wong's done a good job. I'll shut up for this because I'm talking in the background. I published this today. No, not that one, idiot. That one. Well, here we are, folks. The fully repainted, murialised Benson Street underpass at Toowong. Absolutely marvellous. I thoroughly approve. This place was a hellhole, and it probably will be again, but at least it'll be a pretty hellhole. It's just amazing. Keep up this, guys. Penny, our local councillor, good job. Keep it up. T-Rock's out. So, if every underpass in Brisbane ends up looking like that, I'll be a happy man. It's just so nice. I like it. I like it a lot. So I'm just, hi Cheryl. Sorry, I didn't see. I wasn't looking at the chat, mate. Apologies for that. Yeah, not like HAARP. HAARP, what they said like HAARP, which is HAARP ionise the atmosphere, then bounced off that. And Jindalee more like HAARP, which is up in Central Australia. But this was low-frequency radio waves, VLF, very low frequency. It was the way they talked to submarines in the old days, and probably still do. They could trail an antenna behind the submarine that was several miles long to pick these frequencies up. But it got through the water. Question, highest building measured from the centre of the Earth. Hudong Kosciuszko. In Australia? In Australia, it's tricky. We'd have to take care of the... No, building. Interesting. If I had to pick something, I'd go for the television antenna on top of Mount Balfrea, Belden Kerr in North Queensland. And I say that not because it's higher than Kosciuszko, it isn't, but the Earth is more oblate in North Queensland than it is down at Kosciuszko. So if you went to the centre of the Earth, you might find Belden Kerr is actually higher than Kosciuszko, or further from the centre of the Earth than Kosciuszko is, because of the shape of the Earth. Might be. Interesting question. I made a note of that. Oh, I'll play with that. Thank you. Certainly the toilet block at Kosciuszko will be the highest above sea level. That I'll give you, but that wasn't the question. I agree. Possibly. Yeah, I know. Sorry, Aaron. It's Penny Wolf is the name. And I do it all the time. In the video, I just said Penny. I couldn't. My brain was going to stop. Anyway, that was just something I came across. I love those little murals. They're great. I call them murals because I love people correcting me. It's just the best thing. So the March meetup is coming up with our YouTubers. I'm going to play you the world premiere, I might add. Probably, I don't know. The promo video and the promo short. And they both have sound in them, so I'm going to shut up. I'm not talking in these. One, I get sick of hearing my own voice in my videos. And secondly, if they're going to play on other people's channels, it's a bit rude to have my voice on them, I think. So anyway, I've given them tools they can do their own. Let's have a listen to this.